Welcome back, guys. You've made it to step 2. You've set up your first Google form for your classroom concerns, and now I'm going to show you how to make this a live form for your students to complete, and then how to get that data after they have completed the form. So here you have your form, and now you have some choices. You can leave it how it is with this nice purple on top. You can go up here to the color palette. You could change the color if you'd like to, or if you want to get fancy, you can click down here to the image icon, and you can choose a theme. So I'm just going to go and choose other and just choose a geometric theme here. And so now I've changed my theme just to kind of pretty up my form. It's really important, right? Okay, so now you are ready to see your form in live view. This is the most important step in Google Form use, and it's really important that you don't forget this step. Right now you can see up here in the URL, it says edit at the end. This is your editable form. You don't want to share this link with your students or they're going to try and edit your form. Instead, you want to click here on this eye icon for a preview of your live form. And you can even see the words view form in your URL now. Now, as you can see, this URL is very lengthy. If you try and ask your students to type this in, they're never going to make it to your actual form. So I like to use my Google URL shortener, or goo.gl. If you've never used this, this is an awesome way to shorten your URLs to get your students to the right sites on the first try. So now that you're here, you can just take that link, copy it, paste it, and shorten. Now you can see this nice shortened link here that will be much easier for your students to access the site. You can also use bit.ly or bit.ly, which is actually my favorite URL shortener because you can modify the URL to meet your needs. You can change the name of it. Unfortunately, in my district, students can't access bit.lys, so I have to stick with the goo.gl, which also works great. If you don't want to shorten your URL for some reason, you can just send a long link to your students, or you could share it with them in your Google Classroom. What I like to do with the shortened URL is just put it on a poster and leave it up in my room so my students can visit it at any time. Okay, let's go ahead and fill out our first form. So here we're in the view form. Let's go as a demo. Pick my concern, where my concern is happening, and write a description. Okay, I have submitted my first form. Once you have submitted your form, your students will get a response like this. And then if you go back and toggle over to your Classroom Concerns editable view, now you'll see, there it is. We've gotten one response. So go ahead and click on responses. So here is the awesome graphs that I was talking about in the blog post itself. Here you can see a summary of the student responses, and you can see in a graph what the concern is or where the problem is happening, which is my favorite one to look at. Okay. You can also click individual and see each individual response here. I'm going to go back and submit another one just so you can see the difference once more than one form has been completed. Check a different concern and a different area. And I'm going to submit another form. If I go back to my editable view, now we'll see two responses. You can look at them individually or in summary view. And so this is where this starts to get really interesting, is you can see what are the concerns your students are generally having and where those concerns are generally happening. Okay. From here, you want to find your sheet. So you'll see this little create spreadsheet icon. And you might think, why do I need this? I can see my responses here, which you can, that's great. But you want to create a sheet to create your notifications of responses. Create a new spreadsheet, yes, and create. This spreadsheet will be created right inside your Google Drive. And here, again, we're seeing the student name, the concern, where the problem is happening, what the problem is, the timestamp for when the form was completed. The important part about using Sheets is the notifications tool. So go up to Tools, notification rules. You want to know when your students are completing a form because you do want to address the problems if they are real concerns. So you want to be notified. I'm going to choose notify anytime a user submits a form and notify me right away. You can do daily digest as well if you just want to know one time a day if the form's been filled out. I like to do right away just in case there is a real concern that needs my attention right away. Click save. And there you have it. You have created your form with questions. You've learned how to look at it at live view, create a shortened URL, see your responses, both a summary and individual, and you've learned how to look at the spreadsheet, tools, notification rules, and set that up in the way to best meet your classroom needs. I hope you guys find this to be a benefit to your classroom, to stop tattling, and encourage students to share their concerns with you. Thanks for watching. Leave any questions in the comments section.